This week on Savage Wild, we're exploring northern Florida's Santa Fe River. On the hunt for the most dangerous turtle on the planet, the alligator snapping turtle, growing well over 200 pounds. This turtle is like a swimming bear trap. In my entire life, I have never seen an alligator snapping turtle in the wild. And I can't wait for my first encounter with this animal. I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness, where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks, and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. Welcome to Florida's Santa Fe River. It is the southernmost range of the alligator snapping turtle. Not only is it the largest freshwater turtle in the world, it is also the most dangerous turtle in the world. Many toes and fingers have been amputated by this creature. Throughout most of its range, the alligator snapping turtle was hunted almost to extinction as a source of meat and also for its skulls and shells as novelty items. But this section of the Santa Fe River has a healthy population. It was never trapped out. And there are reports of 100-pound turtles still living in this river, which is rare because most areas have been so hunted that it's very hard to find the large old turtles. I have caught a lot of common snapping turtles, but I have never caught an alligator snapping turtle in the wild. The Santa Fe River is home to a rich variety of wildlife. And to help us locate an animal as elusive as the alligator snapping turtle, we have brought along expert guide Shad House. He knows this river and he knows turtles. As we gear up, I am concerned about my cameraman Quete getting bit accidentally. Be careful with any rock or any hole you stick your hands into, because we're going to be in tight spots. And about danger element, the main thing is they snap at anything that's near them. So if you put your hand, it looks like a rock. You put your hand in front of his face, he's gonna bite you. Okay. So yeah, just look careful where you put your hands and what you get near. That's it. As long as you don't put your hand in the wrong place, you should be fine. And of course, you're very familiar with gators and water moccasins and other things that are found out here. Yeah, this.
Right, but I do have tunnel vision. I'm looking at the camera. So
right. No, I'll be looking around. I'll be in front of you, poking around, looking around, and everything, And I mean, people think it's just alligators and cottonmouths. The only thing that can hurt you out here. No, snapping turtle can remove fingers. Sometimes if it bites you in an artery, it's even possible. Potentially, it can even kill somebody. Yeah. So it's I don't underestimate any wild animal. The Santa Fe River is very murky. And along the shore are fallen trees that are perfect hiding places for the snapping turtles. But turtles are just one of the many types of aquatic life found on this river. Look at that, he grabbed onto me. Look at this. Wait, it's like a lobster. This is the biggest crayfish I've ever seen in my life. This guy, look at this. He's on steroids. Yeah, to me the crayfish is like a freshwater lobster. They're usually a lot smaller than this. This is a very large one. I mean, the claws are enormous. He bites and everything. Look at this. I mean, this is a tasty morsel of food for people or fish. Everything would love to eat this. Big bass, of course, a turtle, a snapping turtle would love to eat this. Anything. As I continue my search for the alligator snapping turtle, I can tell I have my work cut out for me. The vegetation is so dense, I can pass right by one without knowing. And the first turtle I encounter appears to be a victim.
Look, it's a first turtle of the day. Yellow belly slider, super common. Man, something bit the daylights out of his shell right here. He's got a horrible scar. Look at it right there. Look at the damage on that shell. Well, it's the first turtle of the day. At least it's not what I'm looking for, but it's getting me warmed up. You know, I can feel it in the air. Okay, I'm gonna release him.
I am exploring the Santa Fe River in North Florida. Living in these murky waters is the largest freshwater turtle in the world, and in my opinion, the most dangerous. Finding an alligator snapping turtle in this river is going to be tough. I have never seen one in the wild before. And this makes me even more determined. One thing I can say for sure about the Santa Fe River, it is the giant crawdad capital of Florida. Every crawdad looks like a small lobster, and they seem to be everywhere. This is a good sign, because they would make a good meal for an alligator snapping turtle. This tough guy just stands his ground as I approach, then decides to make a getaway crawdad style. Every river in Florida is unique. They all have something different to offer. And the Santa Fe is slowly revealing its secrets to me. In a tangled mass of weeds, I find something interesting. A small cousin of the alligator snapping turtle.
Another species of turtle. It may not be very big, but this is a baby mud turtle. It very much resembles a snapping turtle. Look at that, its beak right there. And it has a short tail, very short tail. Unlike the snapping turtle has a very long tail, gator-like, alligator-like tail. This has got, the mud turtle is a little one. That's the main thing you notice, the differences. It looks like a baby snapping turtle, but it's actually a baby mud turtle.
I can see why this river has a healthy population of snapping turtles. The murky water and the tangled bottom, combined with plenty of food, are perfect for them. And it isn't long before I find another snapping turtle.
Oh, common snapper. Oh, wow. Well, it's the second snapping turtle of the day. It's not an alligator, but it's a common snapper. There's a lot of difference between an alligator and a common. The main thing is the common has a longer neck, the beak is a little different, and the back, the scutes in the back are not as pronounced. See, it's a smoother, flatter shell on the back of the common. and it's a more active turtle. It travels around a whole lot more and everything, while the alligator snapper is more stationary. And this is, they scavenge more. Like I said, the alligator snapper is an ambush hunter. This one travels around a lot. But you gotta be real careful because you don't want to hold them like that. Back here, because the head can come all the way back here. It's amazing. But yeah, they both have, most people see a common snapper and turtle and they go, oh, it's an alligator snapper, it's an alligator snapper. They always, you know, they don't know how to tell the difference. The main thing is the distance of the neck. That's the most obvious thing. And smoother on the back. See, look at the claws on it. See right there? If I didn't have gloves on them, it'd be cutting me. My fingers would be bleeding right now because it takes its claws and it digs on me. And they are, I don't want to get anywhere near that head. Take any chances with it.
As I released a common snapper, you can see how good they are at swimming. Paddling along with their feet. An alligator snapper swims with his tail, with his feet trailing alongside like an alligator. So far, my search for an alligator snapping turtle in Florida's Santa Fe River has turned up lots of giant crawdads, a slider turtle with a vicious bite wound on its shell, a small mud turtle, and a common snapping turtle.
Oh, common snapper!
This river is full of wildlife, and I feel it's just a matter of time before I find the baddest turtle in the neighborhood. Using a stick to poke around in the dark pockets of the shallows, I continue my search for an alligator snapping turtle. I love exploring these rivers. They are full of surprises. One moment you're alone, and the next you have unexpected company. Two manatees are moving beneath us, and both are very large animals. Every wildlife encounter is exciting to me.
I see his face, he looked at me like this, I was right. I didn't touch him, but I was right next to him. He was gentle swimming under us. Right there. Quentin was swimming this side, the manatee was right here and I was right above him. I mean, enormous too, you know. It's not a predator, but it's a huge, magnificent animal, man. I was all of a sudden the water is murky and all surprised, there he was, right in my face. Caught me completely off guard. All of a sudden it looked like the bottom was coming up. The bottom was moving. Incredible, man. Well,
I have spotted a turtle under this pad of weeds, but it's murky and the weeds are so thick. I might lose a turtle, but as I search the edge, I suddenly spot my very first alligator snapping turtle. It's not huge, but it's the first one I've ever caught in the wild.
look at it. Man, look at that mouth, man. Wow. This is my first alligator snapper ever. I've never seen one in the wild. Nothing. Look at that. Look at that head. Wow. Man, he's got a super sharp beak. I'm just gonna examine this, guys. I never ever get to see this. It looks like a dinosaur. One of the main differences that I see between a common snapping turtle and the alligator snapping turtle is this is a common. I wouldn't hold it like this because his head, it's got a real long neck and his head would reach back and bite my hand, while the alligator snapper cannot reach any further than this. Now, the alligator snapper grows so much bigger and its mouth is so much bigger, and their hunting methods are different. If you can see right in there, there's a little worm right there where the water's dropping. Right there. This looks like a little tiny worm in there. That's his bait. It's like an angler. It'll move that, and the fish thinks it's a worm. It'll crawl in there and poof, just like you saw, and that will snap down on him. That's how. Now the common is more active, moves around more. It runs around. It's more of a scavenger. Well, this one is sits there and waits in ambushes prey. It doesn't burn as much energy. That's why these turtles will move around. They just sit there and they grow, and it takes forever to grow. Some people believe they can live to hundreds of years old.
I return the alligator snapping turtle to the bottom. He seems unfazed by the encounter, but I am thrilled. This is a first for me, and I'll remember it forever.
And let me tell you, it may not be the biggest alligator snapping turtle, but I am 100% satisfied. I'm gonna keep looking for more, but if I don't find another one, that is my first time ever with an alligator snapping turtle. So I'm not complaining. I am 100% satisfied with that creature. I mean, it's so much easier for me to find alligators and other things, but snapping turtles are such elusive and mysterious creatures. They hide so well. They bury in the weeds and the mud and everything. And I think they're a lot more common, you know, than I would think they are, because I've been diving all my life and I don't see even common snapping turtles. I don't see that many at all. Both snapping turtles are very elusive. I see a lot of slider turtles, a lot of soft-shell turtles, but rarely do I even see a snapping turtle. And I've seen, you know, several common snapping turtles. I've caught plenty of those over the years, but never alligator snapper.
We explore a new section of the Santa Fe River, and the shallows are swarming with small fish. I could explore this river for days and never get bored. It seems to hold a new surprise around every bend. Like this pocket of largemouth bass. What an amazing sight. A fisherman's dream. And then, I can hardly believe my eyes. Walking along the bank, I find a big fat alligator snapping turtle.
Look at this! Wow, man! Man, we caught him crawling. He was gonna get under this mat right here. And once he got under there, I never ever would have been able to get him. Look at this. I've never ever found such a large freshwater turtle. Look at this beautiful alligator snapping turtle. Look at the jaws on this thing. Wow. Man, this is a rare find. I see alligators down here, big garfish, all kinds of things. I never ever do I see a turtle like this. This is a prehistoric monster, man. This is the gnarliest, most ferocious turtle ever, man. See the tongue in there? That's what you look in there real careful. That's what it lures the fish with, and it clamps on them. This animal is so secretive. It'll lay down there and hide, don't move. It rarely comes out. It buries in the mud, and it ambushes fish when they come into its mouth. It's a dinosaur, and nobody knows how long they live. This is actually a really nice sized one. Let me show them. When I get here, let me show you a really good look of them, because it'll be a long time before I find another one like this. Look at the shell. Look at the way the shell is. Now, remember, the alligator snapping turtle's neck cannot reach out. You know, it can't go out here like a common snapper. it's got to be in close quarters. But that jaw, that 2 points right there, whatever it gets in that peak, it's an incredible amount of pressure it'll put in there. I just got to be real careful. You don't want to land your finger. You can bump an alligator and sometimes get away with this, but if you bump a turtle like this, your hand goes in front of it, whatever, your foot or hand, it's gonna get crushed. This is like it's actually, I consider, extremely dangerous animal if you're poking around in the bottom of rivers where they live. Look at the claws on it. It'll run on the bottom. Look at his eyes, man. Wow. It's heavy. Heavy. Well, we got him good. I'm gonna put him back. Wow. I mean, I really want to check him out some more. I want to enjoy every minute of this. Look at this. Look at the long tail. Yeah, it's like an alligator. It's almost like almost half alligator put inside the shell. But this is not a regular turtle. This is, to me, the most ferocious turtle in the planet.
What an incredible day on the Santa Fe River. I mean, 4 types of turtles. We had mud turtle, slider turtle, common snapper, and my first ever encounter with an alligator snapping turtle. And don't forget manatees, giant crayfish, and I'll see you next week on Savage Wild.